People are going to be able to walk back in the school again and see empty chairs, and it'll be horrible.
Now, they have been attempting to identify the bodies inside the school all day today. At a news conference just a few minutes ago, the county prosecutor updated reporters on their efforts to identify the bodies.
We have completed tentative notifications to, I believe, all of the family members of the people who are still inside the school. Only 2 of the victims have been removed, at least the last time I was down at the scene. We have a number of others that are still at the scene, but we've completed those tentative identifications to the families and notified them that based on descriptions and other criteria that they have provided to us, that we've been able to identify them.
That now the latest word from the county prosecutor here. Once again, to recap, 15 people dead, 16 people hospitalized, 5 of them in critical condition. Live tonight, Littleton, Colorado, NJ Burkett, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
All right, NJ, thank you. President Clinton saying he and his aides are struggling to understand why all of this happened. The president said early intervention is the key to preventing trouble.
We must all do more to recognize and look for the early warning signals that deeply troubled young people send, often before they explode into violence. Surely more of them can be saved, and more innocent victims and tragedies can be avoided.
The White House says President Clinton may visit Littleton, Colorado at a time when it is best for the community. Ross?
The 2 killers belong to a group of students that named itself the Trenchcoat Mafia, and we are beginning to learn more about these teenagers. Stacey Sager is live in the Eyewitness Newsroom with that side of the story. Stacey.
Well, Roz, they wore black trench coats, combat boots, and some wore Nazi crosses. They hated jocks, loved the internet, and were fascinated by World War II. They were known as the Trenchcoat Mafia. The question is, why didn't anyone know they'd turned so violent?
The clues were here in Littleton long before the deadly violence. The yearbook pictures with handwritten captions about insanity. This alleged Trenchcoat Mafia website shut down shortly after ABC News took these pictures. It even had a so-called hit list mentioning jocks and one substitute teacher as potential targets. And there were the outfits, the dark coat and boots associated with Hollywood's more violent scenes. But no one knew the talk would become reality.
It's just a gang of about 20 guys who call themselves the Trenchcoat Mafia. They wear trench coats every day to school, and wear makeup and paint their nails and stuff. They're just I don't know, everyone kind of thinks of them as different, and they always just hang out with themselves only.
I mean, they looked like, they sort of had vibes of, not exactly loving everyone. But I mean, they never walked around the halls, saying, you're all gonna die.
Students also say that members of the small suburban gang bragged about their guns and ammo. One cyber chatter even recalled a previous warning that a certain El Caress wrote about preparing for the big April 20th. You're all going to be sorry. Terrorism experts widely know that this time of year has been extremely violent throughout history. April 19th is the anniversary of many painful moments, from Waco to Ruby Ridge to Oklahoma City. And this past April 20th was the 110th anniversary of Adolf Hitler's birthday.
April 20th might just turn out to be a watershed date for an event such as what occurred in Colorado, and might in the future precipitate other types of events like this.
Experts we talked to feel it is tragic the isolation and hatred went undetected at the school, yet they say the key to preventing future violence may really lie with parents and kids at home.
Teach them they're allowed to express their anger in words. They're not allowed to act on them. If they don't act on it with you, they will learn how to control their anger as they get older.
Now, police have been interviewing the family members of the 2 teenagers responsible for the shooting. We now know that one of them, Eric Harris, also posted violent lyrics and recipes for pipe bombs on the internet. And his final entry in an AOL chat room, which was posted yesterday morning at 8:41, read, "Today is my last day on Earth." Rob.
Disturbing. Thank you, Stacey. The Vatican led world reaction to the horror in Colorado. Pope John Paul is calling on Americans to respect the dignity of human life. In London and other major capitals around the world, the shooting grabbed the headlines, knocking the war in Kosovo off of the front pages. A Tokyo paper labeled America as a sick gun society, and Australia's Prime Minister called the shooting an act of terrorism.